And of course,
What ab- what
and then of
what
course,
about you?
then of course you got Josh going clickety 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 click in the background with his mechanical keyboard. Okay, let's get this started. So anyway, this is the Mardox Daily Live Chat. We do this every day at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and today we have Joshua Alexander and Michael Kustra, I believe it's pronounced right, Michael.
Yes.
There you go. we try to make we try to make fun of Michael's name. I was watching. I wanted to talk about traffic exchanges today, but not just that. YouTube, um, Facebook content creators. There's tons of places where people could be making money making content or creating content online.
Are you looking for content, or did you say traffic exchanges?
Everything. 'Cause I started off. I was looking at traffic exchanges, and then I fell on a video recently that was made by another YouTuber that was explaining how the people on YouTube are not making the money that everybody expects them to be making.
I know the content market from the offline side. I just don't know the traffic exchange stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be just traffic exchanges.
So if you're talking content in general, there's tons of content out there.
No. Making money with it.
Yeah.
There's tons of content, but there's not that many people making money with it.
One of my friends and clients, he's a writer online. That's all he does is write for companies.
Right.
And they average between $300 to $500 per article.
Okay, but he's writing the article as an entrepreneur for somebody else, right?
Correct. He's the article writer. He has editors and things like that, so they want professional grade articles.
Right. The person buying the articles, are they making any money with their stuff?
Well, they wouldn't be paying him a month after month if they weren't. So, because he has long-term clients, some of them are paying $600, $700 a month just for like one article per month or something like that.
What size article are we talking about? How many words?
Usually it depends on the sizes. I mean, it's anything from $300 to $600. $300 to $500 an article could be anywhere from a 750 to a 1,500 word article, depending on how many words is depending on the price tag usually.
Okay.
And depending on how many you buy in bulk, usually also depends on the price tag. So if you're buying like multiple articles over a long period of time, you're probably going to get a better rate than if you just buy one article.
We were missing the one person in the group that she would be screaming blasphemy right now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
she's not here today.
She's not used to this market either. I mean, she's used to the online market where everybody's.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, you've got a person writing articles. These people are buying them. They might be selling them as ebooks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But of the markets, it's been evaluated after surveying 10,000 people in the last 2 months that deal with content. 50% of the people out there doing content creation, YouTube, traffic exchanges, ebooks, anything with content, 50% of them are making $0.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it is. The other, there's 25% of them that are making money. They're making a living off it, where they're living off YouTube. They're living off of ebook writing, such as your buddy. The other 25% are in the between part. Now, when I say living, I mean, you wake up in the morning, you sit, you write an article, you look at your watch, okay, my day's done. I made $500.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. And also is that when you're looking at the online marketplace, they look at things like, okay, I'm going to type up an article on whatever topic. When you're a professional writer, they have to do all the research work and everything else. So he'll basically, the client will say, hey, I want some articles written. He'll say, okay, here's some topic I've researched. He'll go out and research their industry, say, here's some topic ideas. Which ones do you like? Then they'll say, okay, we want this topic. And then he goes out and researches everything and does all the writing based on that research. So they're not just writing, they're also doing the research work as well.
Right.
That's the big difference people misunderstand about the online writers, the offline writers at least. Whereas the online marketplace is just, let's type a bunch of stuff so we can sell this PLRs.
Yeah.
And a lot of it just ran through article spinners and pushed back out.
That's it.
Unfortunately.
That's it. And it's not original content. Or I read an ebook the other day. Something it says, I think it was talking about creating your website, and it said that it started. I'm just making it up as I go here. Make your website. HTML is fun. Learn how to HTML. You can see it was done through a spinner, and a content spinner, like Josh is saying. For those of you that don't know, we'll take a block of text and then reorganize the sentences in a different order to make a new block of text. But there's no logic behind it at all. It just literally takes sentence 1 and 3, swaps them, and there's a new article. Whether it makes sense or not doesn't matter.
Relevant.
Because,
Yeah,
See,
that's a problem.
see what I think. I think we're on the right track with regards to this, because a lot of people, it could be a problem with the language or the writing and all that, and they use the spinner without actually realizing that their article doesn't make sense. The spelling is out of whack, and everything that's put together, it's crap.
Yeah.
Well,
I had one that was really embarrassing for me. I had to hurry up and write a bill for a client. I had to run out the door. I had 15 minutes to write the bill and get to her place and give it to her. Because she's going on vacation for the winter. She's not going to be there until after winter. So I had to hurry up and do it. When I wrote the bill, in English, I wrote driveway snow removal 2016, 2017. 2017, 2018, sorry. And gave her the bill. Now, I translated this to French. I copy and pasted the French part over, and I didn't read the French part. And she calls me up the next day, and she goes, so how often are you going to come by and remove my iron road? And it literally, well, what the translation was, well, Mike, you're going to understand. Enlèvement de le chemin de faille.
that's right.
Iron road would be railroad, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So she goes, how often are you going to come and remove my iron road, my railroad? And I'm like, well, I don't know now. You see, you're paid this much, so it's whenever the iron falls, I would assume. And I caught on right away. There was a glitch in the bill. And she goes, okay, well, what about the snow? What if it snows? It doesn't fall. Iron doesn't fall very often.
Hey, in Quebec, probably it does. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're living in hell. It's raining brimstone right now. Yeah.
Jeez. No, that would be here in America. Here in the wrong country.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, it rained. It rained in Vegas. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, it rained molten metal there. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yes, it did.
They got any.
And talking about content, you assholes out there that are watching this, and you laughed and thought it was funny. I saw articles being put up. People were putting out artificial or fake news, really just making it up. ISIS this, ISIS that. There was 14 shooters.
Nothing to do with ISIS.
No, I know
it
wasn't
nothing at all.
These people are doing it just to get an article stuck up there, and it's like, look, I made an article. Look, it's going to attract traffic. All for the hits. Assholes. It's like, no, that is something we have to do when it comes to content creation. Don't just slap something up just for hits. If you're going to do that, at least put down the facts.
I can't say much. See if that same friend of mine, he actually wrote an article talking about, and it was a legitimate article, regarding one of the holidays out here. I think it was like Martin Luther King Day or something. And his article was like number 2 on Google that day because he published it out early and he put it out on Google Plus, and it just happened to rank really quick.
Yeah, but was it legitimate? Was it a to the point article that was well researched and giving out proper information?
Well, he actually tied in because he knew that it was Martin Luther King Day. He was tying in some of the things that Martin Luther King did that would help your market and your company.
No, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Because Martin Luther King had a really good way of promoting himself.
Exactly. That was the whole concept of his article.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But the one I read was that of all the buildings were around that circle, that there were up to 3 shooters per building. And I went and listened to the radio chatter of the police during the event, the live recording of the audio, and there's no talk of ISIS or terrorists or gangs or multiple. They said one time multiple shooters, and they thought it was on a 29th floor and the 32nd floor of the building. And
when they thought it was multiple shooters, they thought it was his girlfriend who was out of the country.
Yeah. Well, there was misunderstanding there, but that was the police doing research on the fly. And when you listen to the radio chatter, you hear the police There's some of them are just freaking out. I've got 5 people here, one shot in the head. You know, I need an ambulance right now. You know?
I got to give those guys credit though. If you hear what they actually did, from the time the first officers were on the scene to the time they figured out that it was on the 32nd floor, and they figured out which hotel room he was in, and when they were able to get him was about 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So from the time they got there, within 5 minutes and 30 seconds, they were in the door.
And that's not just finding him. That's shutting down the boulevard. Yeah. That was shutting down the boulevard, evacuating people, taking care of the injured and the victims. They did a really good job.
Response, though.
I mean, how hard was it? I listened to the radio chatter, and I got all the facts based on the radio chatter, and never did it say that there's shooters in all the buildings. And these are people just writing up articles and content are just complete bullshit.
Yeah, but they responded really quickly to that scene, so I gave them credit.
Yeah, they did it. There was one phrase in the radio chatter that really struck me really hard. One officer said to all the other officers, okay, forget the victims, leave them where they are, we'll get to them. We need to neutralize the threat. And I thought to myself, what the hell is he saying? And then I understood.
No, exactly correct, because otherwise victims. So
it sounded heartless. It sounded heartless. You know, I was like, just leave the victims. You know,
being a military medic, I can tell you that's exactly how we're trained to do too. I mean, it's surprisingly if you're in a combat zone. And I always ask other medics this because it throws them for a loop. When you're in a combat zone, who gets treated first? The guy who got shot in the chest or the guy who got shot in the hand?
The one with the hand.
Why?
Well, because you can put him back in and get him back to fighting. I would assume.
Exactly.
Yeah, the one in the chest is probably out of it anyway. He's out of commission.
He's out of commission, so you can't put him back in the fight.
Even if he's alive still, but you're talking surgery there.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Even whoever I can put back in the fight first is who we treat first because we're trying to keep the fight going.
And I say that because I watched a movie way back. I would have been like 17 years old, and it was about war. And the guy said, one person said, I got shot in the arm. It doesn't matter. Give me your gun. And he put a gun to the guy's hat and he duct taped it to the guy's hat and he said, get back out there.
That's it.
You gotta be kidding me.
You get shot in the leg, you know what we do? We prop you up against a tree. Here you go. Yeah. Get back in the fight. We got you patched up. You're right back and running.
Yeah, watch our 6. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, but there's only one crazy son of a bitch in the battlefield, and that's the medic. Yeah. Because if you think about it, we're the only ones running around without a gun, usually, trying to go get people that just got shot in the freaking middle of a firefight.
Yeah. And you don't hear about those medics in articles, do we?
No, but there's a couple movies finally coming out about those people. So
yeah.
They get a whole YouTube's. They used to have it on YouTube. I'll have to check and see if they still have it. They had a whole. They actually did a whole video series on the pararescue from the Air Force.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen that one or not.
Well, again, I don't watch very much TV. I really don't. I mean, I found out about the shootings by you guys. That's how much I don't watch TV.
Have you ever seen Lone Survivor? That was actually a corpsman. That was a medic as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Lone Survivor, that movie.
Yeah.
Navy SEAL that made it. He was at HM2, so he was a corpsman, second class.
Oh, there you go.
Hospital corpsman.
There you go.
Yep, he's one of ours.
Really cool.
Corpsmen are always the highest decorated. All the rates of all the branches.
Well, overrated or underrated, you mean?
We're the most decorated of all the branches.
Yeah, but we hear very little of you guys. It's like, let's face it, you always hear about the people that took out a sniper or stopped a bombing, but you don't hear about the people that saved the others on the battlegrounds. Usually, it's because it's not as much. People just don't have the interest in it as much. I don't think. But when you do on it, usually it runs the same story every time you read them. I used to read the Medal of Honor recipients in our hallways in the Corps school because they had 2 walls full of Medal of Honor recipients, all were corpsmen. And when you read the stories, it's almost the same thing. The guy got shot. He got shot again. He got shot again. He kept going after patients. He didn't go to treat himself at all until he blacked out, and then all of a sudden they freaking pile him in a chopper and get him out of there. But the medic just keeps going until you get blacked out. There was one video clip I saw of the October 1st shooting. The person did not even know who the lady was. Grabbed the lady by her collar, started walking like it looked like a Neanderthal, like hunga bunga, dragging the person behind him, and then he got shot. You could see he fell to the ground, and then he was one hand holding her, one hand on the ground, the other knee on the ground, pushing, because I think he got shot in the leg, and he didn't pause. He kept dragging her until they went behind what looked like a dumpster or a metal structure.
They got this really good Medal of Honor story. I'll send it to you later. It's got this. It's one of the Army Green Berets medics, and basically he was going after patients, and he got blown. First, his helicopter got shot down. Then he kept going after patients, even when the helicopter got shot down. He ended up getting shot, and he had his intestines hanging out. He was putting his own intestines back in, and still going after patients. They said when he got back, he ended up with like 10 patients on the plane, and 3 of them were Vietnamese.
Yeah, and that's impressive that he picked up patients from the other side.
Well, that's not impressive, actually. That's kind of common sense for us, actually. We do that all the time.
Oh wow.
You're supposed to pick up patients.
Well, whether you're at war, if you're at war or not, it really doesn't matter. They're still all human beings.
Exactly.
It is what it is. Hey, Michael.
Realize there's if you're thinking about it from a strategic standpoint, it's also a POW after we get them.
Yeah, that's right. And then of course the taxpayer has to pay for the food, the shelter, the water.
Yeah. Well, it's new.
Wait a minute here. This isn't sounding like a good deal, Michael. Traffic.
You gotta get this stuff back on track.
Traffic exchanges. At the beginning, you were saying that traffic exchanges don't make very much money, and it's funny. After the last couple shows that we did, I've been mentioning 2 things happen. Have you watched the last 2 episodes, Mike, or have you been too busy?
I've been busy.
You've been busy, yeah. I've been very cryptic about what I'm doing in the last 2 weeks. I've been doing a lot of programming of these other sites, and talking about going back to basics and back to the beginning where I used to make cash, and a lot more of this. I'm going to do what I preach. As opposed to just tell people do this. Just because I did it 10 years ago, I want to be able to say I'm doing it now, right? And then I got people saying, "Oh, you're just gonna be another traffic exchange," because the topic of caveman web was brought up, and I got people saying, "Oh, you're just gonna be another traffic exchange, giving out credits and how it's not worth anything." What do you think? Give me your thoughts on traffic exchanges. You have words about that. I know you do.
Me words?
Yeah, you're the conspiracy theorist of traffic exchanges.
Yeah, I'm very curious why Murdoch is not.
You don't want to know.
Say it again.
I still wonder why Murdoch is not getting any hits, and I got them in a lot of traffic exchanges and all that, and the hits are nada.
Yeah, and it's not because of me.
Well, it's got to be because of someone.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. It's not me. Really, it's not. Not this time. No, I've been seeing that too. I've been seeing a lot of traffic exchange, and not just for Mardox, but a lot of sites that you put in. And what I think is happening, I'm playing Xbox at the same time here. Obviously, Rocket League. So I put down the remote control, and I'm going to talk. I put up a website that I knew it was owned by a competitor to one of the traffic exchanges. In this case, it was Traffic Adbar. And believe it or not, Traffic Adbar does have drama going on relative to other traffic exchanges. There's a couple other ones out there that they're at a feud. It's like every traffic exchange is a feud with someone else. I put up a site that Traffic Adbar knows that the site belongs to the other site. After about a day, it just got bumped down to my list of sites, and the numbers are just slowly creeping. It's almost like, okay, we'll put this site up because there's nothing left to put up. Here, it got seen once. Whereas I put up a site that say Mardox, and it gets 10,000 views, or what the way they do it. So I'm thinking they do have a blacklist set up where they're blocking other or competitor sites, or sites they know that are owned by their competitors. Because let's face it, everybody can own 100 domain names, right? So as soon as they know that, if I know that Josh owns a site or a domain, and you're part of it. I'm running a traffic exchange. I go, oh, no, I don't like Josh anymore. Ban all those sites. But they don't flat out ban them. It's like they put it like, last resort to be shown. You're getting 0 hits, or
0 hits, and some of them I'm getting 0, big 0.
Big 0. And for how long has it been in?
It's been in now for 3 months. I'm just waiting.
Now I'm curious. Let's go ahead and say I'll take responsibility. What's the traffic exchange name in question?
No, I don't want to go there.
You don't want to go there, okay?
No, because you've already had problems with that. Go there.
Well, if it's John Olson, I got no problems with him. I talked to him, and it's understood that what Jay did was Jay's problem and not mine. It's Jay basically conned us into saying things about these sites, not telling us it was John Olson's site that we were talking about. But John Olson completely, he flat out just said, I completely forgot about that. If it's if John Olson is the owner of that site, if it's another owner, we'll leave it out of it.
Because what I've noticed also, there's a lot of sites, there could be 10 sites owned by the same owner.
Oh, more than that. There's one running right now, running Traffic Exchange. She literally is putting out a new site per week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
the name starts with M.
Yeah. A new website per week. And
you can't focus your efforts then.
No, you're right. You're right.
I have 100 traffic exchanges, and each one 10 people.
That's it, and that's all it is. I own 100 traffic exchanges, and if one gets to be a little popular, he sells that one off. It sells it off. And you gotta be careful. You gotta say the it part, because now there's male, female, and other. I've never met an other in a bar, so.
because I've noticed also there's a group, they've set up groups and all that, like VPT and this other thing, VGB, and they seem to be going continuously at each other's head, basically.
Oh yeah, it's a war zone out there when it comes to traffic exchanges. It's a bloody war zone. Yet yesterday, the day before Friday's show, I brought up again that I created the first traffic exchange. And I got this the one user with SS, not racist, but the letters SS. And she blurted out in one of these chat rooms, and she doesn't know my pseudonym in that chat room, and blatantly just went and said, "Oh, here goes Nelson once again saying he invented the interwebs," and those were her words. Those were her words. He invented the interwebs, or claiming to invent the interwebs. And I was like, just before we go on, I did create the very first traffic exchange. I have the video and I have the proof of it. I've shown the dates, the timestamps, the old website where it was existing. And I'll tell you how I came up with the idea. I went to a conference, and at the end of the conference, I saw a bunch of people passing out their business cards. Hey, here's my business card. Oh, hey, thanks for your business card. It was a business card exchange, and I said to myself, why don't they do that with websites? Look at you take the business card, look at the other person's website, and they'll take yours and look at your website, right? And that's where the idea of the traffic exchange came from. And that's where that same night we developed the very first one, and we stuck it up there. And I showed where all the websites that I created, and I went back to the Wayback Machine. I showed the timestamps, the websites. It says my name on it. It says Mardox on it. It says owned and powered and owned by Mardox Corp. And this is stuff that's timestamped from years ago. And this person to this day claims that I'm just full of shit and I've never created anything.
Did anybody else get annoyed by these anniversary things on LinkedIn?
Oh God. The anniversary thing. I thought we were just going to end at LinkedIn.
No, on LinkedIn.com, all of a sudden this morning I wake up and I'm getting all these notifications. Oh, congratulations on your work anniversary. Congratulations on your work anniversary. I'm like, well, shit, I don't even remember.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, okay, so it's 9 years. So it's like, I didn't even know that it was today. So
that's just a gimmick.
The only reason they found out was LinkedIn kept bugging me about it because they keep telling everybody, hey, congratulate them. And like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, no, it's a gimmick, one, to get information in front of you and get information from other people.
I think so too, and I think it's also to create more interaction because
Yeah.
LinkedIn is a less interactive network, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, which is a big problem over there. I think biggest problem actually.
Oh yeah, no. The interaction part is a big thing. Let's face it. If you got a content website, again, content, and your content doesn't refresh, then who's going to stick around, right?
I think with LinkedIn, in order to make it profitable, you have to publish articles there. So that's another way of getting your content and publish and actually make money on it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You got to generate stuff. You can't just be sitting there.
no, and if you're going to generate content for money, you have to generate content that brings people into your site or brings them into your world. You can't just produce content and think you're going to make money on just the content.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Content is a marketing.
I got a person sent me an email, and at first it was a broken link, so I wrote back and said, "Dude, you sent me an email, a personal email to me. One, you're using my pseudonym, not even my actual name, so that's off of some list." And your link doesn't work, so resend it back to me. And I finally got the link back, and in one of the emails I said, "What's this about?" You know, and the person finally wrote back to me saying, "Well, I thought you'd like this." So I clicked the link. Finally goes to a weight loss site. So I wrote back. I said, "What in the world made you think I'd be interested in a weight loss product? I'm not even on a list for weight loss products." You have to build a niche. You send 10,000 people to a link, you may not get any sales if all 10,000 are not interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
He did good. He replied. He sent a bulk email out, and he replied to my email. It took 4 days, 3-4 days. I've given up on it to the point that I just deleted the message out of my list. And I thought, okay, this is just spam. Who cares? And he actually did reply back, so he did really good there. But it's like, what on earth makes you think that I was interested in a weight loss product? You know. Going back to your thing, we were going to say, Michael. Traffic exchanges. These people that are at feuds, and I was trying to make a point that I'm at feud with this person because this person doesn't believe that I've done anything of any value in this world, and she refuses to believe that my contribution is what she does now. You know, it's like having, 10 years from now, some person creates a social media site and says, Mark Zuckerberg shows up and says, "I invented the first social media page," and he's basically told, "You're full of shit. So and so did it." You know, it's really aggravating. But you see, I'm at feud with her. I'm at feud with Jay Carey. Where he thinks he flat out called me a scam. There's no grounds for it, but he's flat out called me a scam because I won't follow his ideology and his way of doing things. But there's feuds everywhere. What have you seen in terms of feuds, Mike?
Well, too many people. First of all, I find there's too many people having too many sites, and what it does, it breaks down everything because they actually show the members on each site.
Right. Yeah.
And the thing is that when you do that, you seem to be automatically, you think it's a new site. Next thing you know, it's owned by that same person. What's the use of going to that same site? Yeah. To me, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, it is. It is. We had a person on. Hold on. I'm gonna have it here. Italian dude there. I can't remember his name now. Big guy there. IT. He does. I can't remember his name. It saved my life now. He does Traffic Exchange Daily.
Is that Diaz?
Yeah, Diaz. James Diaz. That's right. Sorry, James. Sorry. When you come to visit, I apologize. He said it once. You're better off signing up to 1 or 2 sites and sticking with them, finding out the ones that work for you. Because again, not all traffic exchanges rotate. You're better to go to a traffic exchange that fits your type of content, that your website that you're trying to promote. And your website will not work on all traffic exchanges. So you're better off signing up to a few of them, 1 per network in this case. And like you said, there's some of these networks where they created 100 sites, and they call it a network. Just a mental note here: a network would be multiple people running each their own site being networked. Not you owning 100 sites.
No, exactly.
Yeah, it's just a facade. I mean, I can walk the walk and talk the talk. But some people just can't do both. What was I going to say? I had a train of thought. Too many users I've always said I only think there's about 3,000 people actually surfing at any one time. This idea that there's 15,000, 25,000 people surfing at all times is complete crap. These websites that say we have 25,000 or 15,000 users, I think that's over from day one all the way to current, and they never delete any accounts. If I go in and create 10 accounts, that will be 10 users. There's that. So that falsifies the information.
Yeah, it misleads. It's misleading information.
Right. When I put Caveman Web back up online, I seriously want to do two things. I want to have the websites verified by humans, actual humans in the group, like you, me, Belinda. We actually have to go okay the sites before they get added in. James Diaz does it on his own. He spends about an hour or two a day going through the sites, clicking on them and saying, okay, good, no, this isn't good. You know, he actually physically goes and checks the sites. Two, I want to make all the content, all the data. And I'm not one for putting up websites and saying, look at me, we have all these people. But I want to put the data out there for our members. I want to be completely transparent. I want to show them how many users total we have, how many accounts were removed, how many people logged in daily, weekly, monthly, you know, how many pages these people surfed. You see, going all the way through, so anybody can come in and open up the stats and go, oh, look at that. We went up 5 members this month, and there's been, you know, 110 pages seen per day more. You know, you actually get the graphs, and maybe we can kickstart these other sites into doing what we're doing. You know, and publicizing the actual data, the real data, not this falsified stuff. You know, and and the third one is, and this is my tough one. I do want to do. We need a method to know when a person's website needs to be shown, and the best way to do that is use credits or points. So if it's a 2-to-1 ratio, your site, you watch 2 websites, so you get 2 points, and then your website gets seen once. You know, so you need 2 credits to be seen one time. That's fine, but I'm a very big advocate on this. You cannot purchase the credits. You can't buy 5,000 credits and then sit back and watch your site go. You're going to have to surf to get the credits. Even if it's a 1-to-1 ratio, you have to surf, and then your site gets seen. You know, there's that correlation. And some people have been saying it would be a good idea. Some of our members have said it would be a good idea to put an actual monetary value to each view. If you want your site seen, it's going to cost you a penny, for example. So if you want to see it 100 times, you're going to have to earn 100 pennies worth, and then use up your 100 pennies. You see, but it's this selling the. I was saying in the other show, the traffic exchanges, this credit system that was first created, is a commodity. It's an economy, and if you're selling off your economy, you're diluting the value of your currency. Your credits are your currency for your website. Person has to earn the credits and then spend the credits. And if you dilute it by saying here's 5,000 invented credits, then what's the point? They're just made, and you know, there's no value to it at that point, other than for the site owner, which I've been saying for months. Site owners are making a crap load of cash. The users are not making cash. I want to meet somebody who's making $1,000 a month on traffic exchanges. I want to meet somebody.
Well, let's see people that own the traffic exchanges.
No, a user.
Oh, well, the user ain't gonna
not the site owner. A user. You, me, Mike.
Ain't no user making $1,000 a month. Man.
No, on a traffic exchange. If you know.
I'm saying there's no users making that.
I want to find one. I'd like to see one. If anyone can show me proof, I get checks this big per month, not because. Good grief! What? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna put my perfume on because I'm obviously smelling really good to a mosquito or something. There you go. Sorry about that. There.
The mosquitoes are attracted to gas.
Hello, Belinda. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, Belinda.
I'm swell. Yeah, sorry I'm late.
No, you said
I'm fashionably late.
You said you weren't going to be here today.
No, that was a joke. If you were going to, say what you weren't supposed to say.
No, I took it serious. I thought you weren't here today.
I told you yesterday, if you were paying attention, that I was joking. I told you 3 times, and John even heard me say it.
Do you know how much it costs to pay attention? Why do you think
Yeah,
it's
for
called?
you, it's a feat.
Why do you think it's called paying attention?
It's a very lame, old, not even original.
Listen,
So
it's
I
Nelson,
told
it's
you if you
Nelson
were going to if you were going to say what you weren't supposed to say, then
Don't
I
you love
wouldn't
that,
go.
Josh?
That's right.
Otherwise, I'd be here.
Can we
I was
keep-
You love that?
just getting done with the
It's
client.
It's like a husband and wife spat.
No, I was getting done with the client,
Don't.
and Snelson over here just thinks he's king of the hill, but we know different.
I am king of the hill. You have to respect my authority.
The reason you have to spray so much is because your gas is fuming the mosquitoes around.
No, it's a fly going around. It's like
they love fumes.
What I have this sticky tape for the fly, and it's like you won't go to the sticky tape.
Because he's attracted to your gas,
Yeah,
I told you.
Okay. I'm getting cramps. Listen to Belinda. So, Belinda, we're talking about content and traffic exchanges and how the value of traffic exchanges are going down the drain. How people are, how the site owners are manipulating their data. Like I keep saying, there's no way there's 15,000 active members on any one site surfing.
Yeah, because I could be in a field of, or in a group of bad, unqualified individuals, and if I actually have 1,500, then the numbers would still play out to some degree.
Yeah. At 15,000 users, which I'm using this because this one website says they got 15,000 users. At 15,000 users, if my website is being seen, and I'm on the top tier, I think I'm on tier 3 of 5, which is like mid-range. My website should at least get at least 1 to 2 hits a day. If you do that, to break it down 10%, so
right.
15,000, 1,500 are going to be interested, 150 are going to be looking and say, 1.5, 2 to 2 are going to actually do a click, theoretically. But this is ridiculous. 15,000 users and all I get is 0, 0, 0. My page is being seen, but there's nobody clicking.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. And it's not an auto serve; it's a manual serve. And this is right where I contacted the site owner. And I said, "Can you show me proof that you have got 15,000 real members? Where are your real stats? Show me the data." And then the person replied back to me in an email, "I don't have time for this nonsense. If you don't believe my stats, then I suggest you go find another traffic exchange. Have a nice day." I'm like, holy crap!
Wow.
Talk about being told go yourself if you don't believe my numbers. If you don't believe me, I don't want you around.
Oh, but Nelson, he's so right. You should believe him at face value, because everybody on the internet's making $1 million, don't you know? And if you're not making $1 million, you're a loser. There's something wrong with you, because we're telling the truth. Never mind that I went to the car lot the other day to borrow a car that really wasn't mine, or that was in somebody else's house that I don't really live in. But that doesn't matter, because I'm still rich.
Yep.
Yep, that's about right.
This dang fly wants to be on YouTube. That's the only reason I can think of.
Fly wants to be a star.
Yeah, that's it. I was saying to Michael that I would like somebody to step forward and show me checks or deposits into PayPal, whatever, showing $1,000 a month in income as a user on a traffic exchange.
But you have to be careful. We're not allowed to show income stats, and that is personal. I don't even show my income.
No, not for me to join. I'm asking them. I'm not showing mine. I want them
I don't
to
show
me.
mine. I'm just saying I would not ask somebody to show their income if I would not be willing.
Belinda, regardless, doesn't matter. There's 0 people making $1,000 a month on a traffic exchange.
But even if they were, hypothetically, they should not, unless they're an LLC or corp in the U.S., that they should not be legally showing that.
No, you don't understand. I'm not saying it in the sense that they're going to try to bring me in. I want them personally to me, show me proof that they have received this money.
I know.
You can do that.
I know what you're saying, but honestly, if I were them, I still wouldn't show you, even if I were successful.
But then,
I'm going on principle.
So screw the principle here. There's complete bullshit when these websites say that these people are making $400 a day and stuff like that. I don't know anybody.
Well, I would show people what they get, the work. I would show them there's other ways to show proof without getting your paycheck or your checkbook out.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what proof you're going to get other than.
Well, the only way I get business is building relationships and letting them see the work that I do.
That's not proof.
The work, if that doesn't prove anything, nothing. Well, the work itself proves
that's what
it.
I'm saying. So show me proof that you are making $1,000 a month on a traffic exchange or using traffic
But Nelson,
exchanges.
you don't get it. The money I make, you will never make. It will never pay your bills. And guess what?
No,
I can show you that I'm successful, and it won't mean squat for you because you won't do the same.
Yeah, but
that's my point.
Hold on now. Modify your phrase, because there's a lot of people that make a lot more than you and would still do what you're doing.
No, I'm playing the devil's advocate here. In other words,
I know that, but it's not the point. I'm saying is nobody, no entity as a user on a traffic exchange is making any of it, so it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Well, here's my point. If anybody asks for my income for any reason, whether it's to join me, do business with me, or just to see if I'm successful, I flat out say no, but I prove it in other ways. And I am willing to prove it in other ways, so I don't tell them to go F themselves. See, that's the difference.
You can't prove it. You can't prove it any other way. You can't.
Well, if the proof is in the pudding and my work doesn't speak for itself, nothing will.
The pudding is your paycheck that says, this check came from, or this deposit came from this website, which happens to be a traffic exchange, paid me this much. That's the only proof.
Okay, but Nelson, why would I give a crap what you made? Because it doesn't mean I'm going to make that.
Because I want to see if traffic exchanges are for real or is this complete bullshit, is what I'm trying to get at.
If they're making $1,000, how's it even benefit you, though, when you join a traffic exchange?
Because there's people on the... Belinda, you guys start watching the show from the beginning. At the beginning of the show, Mike and I were talking about traffic exchanges and how people are saying they're making crap loads of cash. And primarily, it's the owners of the site saying, we're making crap loads of cash. They'll say it as the group is making crap loads of cash. In reality, it's the owner itself that's making
everybody knows that anybody who's been doing this long enough knows only the owners and maybe the people under them make money.
Carrie Foster is just now recently starting to go, holy crap, I'm not making money at this, but the owner of the site is. So
you mean she's just now figuring this out?
You told it to me yourself. You told me she's now going to SafeList instead.
Well, no, but she's still peddling the same crap. It's just a different repackaged name.
Because she's finally caught on and said, this isn't doing anything.
She still hasn't learned because she wouldn't be peddling it.
No, but it doesn't matter what you're peddling. That's just don't degrade her product or service that she's selling.
I'm not degrading her. I'm talking about anybody in her shoes that doesn't understand that if they should be promoting something that's going to help actually make them money, not just the company owners and maybe their minions.
But that's their beliefs. They're entitled to that. It's why it's called a free country.
It wasn't putting her down. Talk about the situation.
We're in America. We don't have a free country.
Yeah, that's it.
So
my point is, you got these traffic exchanges say, join our traffic exchange and you will earn money. You will start to earn. You'll get your site seen. You'll make sales. And we're not seeing anything. Michael is seeing that he's put websites up and their websites are getting zero traffic. They're getting zero hits, either because they may be blacklisted Michael or they're blacklisting the sites that Michael's part of. And, because the sites are owned by other people, like, say, Jay, for example, or, for argument's sake, let's say John Olson owns a site, and then Jay goes, I'm not going to run any of his sites on my traffic exchange. But meantime, it's a person like Michael that's going, crap, I'm trying to promote this product and I can't use it because this guy is in a feud with this other guy and they're blacklisting everything. You see, it's a bloody nightmare scenario. The other part we're talking about is how can we make Caveman Web better and go forward with a valuable service versus what these other traffic exchanges are doing out there, since we're about to put one out ourselves. That's what we're talking about. It's not what you would do to give out your information. That wasn't the point of the conversation at all. It's like you took the third rail and went off there in New Jersey.
Well, yeah, but it's just because I have experience with the income part of the thing, and that's what you have to be careful about that. That's the only reason I mentioned it.
No, I know. I always tell people don't give out your personal information. I understand that, but it's the site owners that are getting under my skin, and I think under Michael's skin too, right, Michael?
Yeah.
They're going around telling people, oh yeah, sure, come and buy 5,000 credits for $5, and you'll get your site seen 5,000 times, and they make it look so good. In reality, it's what is it? You're buying.
But Nelson, that's where they make the money, and that's where surfers don't make anything.
That's right. There's no balance. No. You're either a user or you're a site owner, and that's what I've been saying for the last month. Our members at Mardox have to start becoming site owners, not just users. If you become a site owner, you got more leverage and more fingers into actually making cash, making an income, running your own business, as opposed to I'm just going to sit there and click all day doing literally nothing other than collecting coins. But so my phrase was, I would like to meet somebody, anybody in the world that can show me they're making an income off this. I don't know any users on any traffic exchange anywhere that are making an income off this stuff. No, they might be selling it and then their product is selling, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking actually making money off the traffic exchange. Because selling a product, yeah, Belinda can go in and sell her product on a traffic exchange site, and we'll have one person out of, let's say, 1 million clicks, one person buys. Yeah, she made more money than most people will do selling $5 items. That's that's fair. That's her product. But it's not really the traffic exchange that made the sale. You're not making money off the traffic exchange. How about affiliate programs? What do you guys feel about affiliate programs?
You can make money as an affiliate
if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
That was a topic at YouTube.
I will say, people that have other products are usually the ones that make more money as affiliates.
Say that again?
People who also have other digital products usually are the ones that actually make money as affiliates.
Yeah, but yeah, because they're selling or they're giving away their digital product and they're promoting the link in the product.
Yep. So usually give their product as a bonus.
So if you take Linus Tech Tips, he's Linus. He runs the computer show, and I'm trying to see if I got the thing. He runs a computer show on YouTube that talks about, well, Linus Tech Tips. It's tech tips about computers and stuff. And when he talks on a video, he'll say, today we're going to talk about this case or this processor or this video card or whatever. And in the description, he'll put the link to his Amazon account so that he sells that product. And that's where he makes his money, is on the affiliate sales, the direct sales through that video. But it's very, very targeted. It's mainly, gamers and, computer enthusiasts that, they want to change the video card or the sound card on their computer or, VR. And that's where he makes his cash. He really drives them to Amazon. You want this product? There's my review. It's right there. Go buy it. So that works. If you got ebooks, you can put links in your ebooks to your Amazon. I'm using Amazon as an example. There's other product sellers. I mean, you could use O.com is another one. What other product providers are there? There's O.com. There's Amazon. What else is there? There are big ones.
ClickBank.
No, well, ClickBank. I got mixed feelings.
Let's see. There's a whole bunch of them. Which one do you want?
I got
JVZoo.
Well, JVZoo and ClickBank, I got mixed feelings about them because since the latest changes, especially at JVZoo with the refund policy, where it's digital content. There's no refunds.
Mm-hmm.
And people are using that to their advantage to say, you downloaded digital content, there's no refunds, even though it's complete crap.
And it violates the terms of service from PayPal if you're using PayPal as your gateway. So
for digital content, what do you mean?
Yeah, PayPal has a 6 month ridiculous time frame. So you better be capturing IP addresses to prove they downloaded it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean but that's super simple to do, and that's not hard to do tracking. I do myself, but it's that they back up the seller and say, okay, no problem. The person downloaded digital content. Okay, no problem. You can't get it back. Therefore, there's no money back policy, and that really irks me now, especially with JVZoo. They're really pushing that hard. ClickBank, at least they'll give you your money back if you don't like it. There's that policy in place.
I think the reason JVZoo is doing that, though, is because of a lot of fraud. And unfortunately, the people who usually buy from JVZoo are buying these $7 products that are crap. And what happens is they buy it, they get the buyer's remorse, and they immediately refund, or they buy it, download it, and then refund just because they want to go buy into something else.
Yeah.
And that's the downside of it, unfortunately.
The good side to it is JVZoo, what people don't know, is if you ask your money back too often, too quick, you can't buy anymore.
That's right. They blacklist the shit out of your ass. Yeah. In fact, if you even if you do it once with the wrong person, the individual seller can put you on a blacklist.
No, not for once. No. Not one time.
Yeah, no. The individual seller can blacklist anybody they want.
But I don't think you can get blacklisted the first time around.
No, they don't blacklist them off JVZoo, but the seller can blacklist them from buying from them ever again.
Oh yeah.
I had a seller rip me off, and I spent $500. and the thing was crap. The software did not work, and I wanted a refund, and they said they were blacklisting me. I said, well, does it matter to me? Because you think I'm going to trust you to buy from you again?
Yeah.
Be my guest, and I still got my refund, and I'm happy.
Yeah. But you're not doing serial chargebacks, and you're what they're going to get for the blacklisting.
I rarely refund anything. It has to be really bad, and I have to spend a lot of money to even do it. I know some people like to refund even at $2 because, you know, it's all they have and it's the principle of it. But I kind of only do it as a last resort, and it's rare that I have to do it. Thank goodness.
Yeah, do it your credit card. Go one associate I had years ago. I told them, well, you know, just cancel all these pre-authorized payments on your credit card, and because these are all programs and sites he's signed up to, and it was ridiculous. The guy was spending $400 or $500 a month on his credit
PayPal,
card.
you just go into your profile and you can do it there.
Credit card, and so instead of just saying, go to the bank and say, I don't want to pay these people anymore, is one thing. But what he did was he said, I don't want to pay these people anymore, and I want my money back from all these people. The next week, do you guys remember the big commotion with Turkey and all that? This is where he lives. He lives in Turkey. And the bank flagged his card as being suspicious activity. With the turmoil in Turkey and Russia, and everything was seized, and, you know, banks were shut down. There was no currency moving. He had no way of buying food or anything with his credit card because it was seized. He had no money in his pocket. The bank flagged his card as suspicious activity, even though the bank's the one that went ahead and did all the chargebacks.
Well, PayPal takes care of me. I don't even use a card anymore unless I have to.
Shit, I don't even know what cash looks like anymore. Shit.
Say that again?
I don't even know what the cash looks like nowadays.
Everything's plastic. Everything's plastic.
Everything's digital now. So now I don't have credit cards. Everything's debit card for me.
How about you, Mike? How often do you
make sure I have the money before I pay for it?
Hey, Michael, how often do you do chargebacks or ask for your money back on products?
Very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare here too.
When I mean very rare, I mean the product that I purchase has to be real crap.
Right.
For me, I usually do about 2 or 3 weeks of research before I even buy anything, so that's the reason I don't refund much.
Michael's Canadian, and as far as I know, Canadians really look into what they're going to buy first. Am I right, Mike?
Yeah, that is correct. I do a lot of research on the product.
Yeah, and Michael and I, before Michael became a paid member, we talked for how long?
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, you know, so there was a couple of weeks that are just, you know, doing blah blah, and I wasn't trying to sell him the service. It was just he wanted to know who I was, what we're doing, where we're going with this, and then he finally became a paid member. I think you took the lifetime one, right? That special.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so and I find out with a lot of Canadians, they really, you know, they, you know.
We will put you in the barbecue.
Yeah. You get roasted. You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. How come that link says that? We should say that.
Yeah, I have lifetime too. It's called earning his trust. It's called building a relationship. That's what you're supposed to do.
And then coming on a show and pissing me off when it's not what we're talking about. Damn it.
You just proved my point by what you said. Hello.
Could be worse.
I love you too.
You could be inviting Hitesh back in the group now.
Oh, I can do that in 2 seconds if you want.
Then you could get booted out too in 2 seconds.
I get a feeling Hitesh is watching the show, every single show. I get a feeling he is.
I think he's wanting to be back in a group so bad, so he feels like he belongs somewhere.
Well, Belinda's the deciding factor here. I can't do anything about it.
He's like that. No, I'm really nice. I'm gonna be nice.
I think he's got a chance in hell.
Like a chance like anybody who has a repeating hemorrhoid.
Yeah, Belinda's gonna wake up one morning and go, and she's gonna say, "Oh, I have to repent." Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, all of the matter of a second.
No, what she's gonna do is she's gonna add him back in just to give him false hope.
No, I won't be cruel like that. I'd rather move on.
Oh Jesus! Why are we talking about him?
False hope.
This is awesome. This is awesome moneyless content. I love it.
So But no, I mean, a lot of the traffic exchanges, I agree with you. They're not making money.
No, they're not. The site owners are, because they're cross promoting all. One website I was in.
I kind of feel bad for the people that join them, because most of the people they're targeting are people on disability that are trying to get anything in they
Or
can.
naive, any fresh meat, anything like that.
Well, what they do is they spend 8 hours a day clicking on shit so they can make an extra $20 to buy food.
Yeah.
You know, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because, you know, $20 for a month, that's insane.
Yeah.
I know a couple offer things or CPA they could do it and get that $20 like a lot faster and easier just doing something simple like that.
Corner of the street.
Honestly, I could sit there and say, I guarantee you, if you have somebody who networks on a regular basis, they could probably make more than $20 a month just by saying, mail me your business cards and I'll put them in an Excel spreadsheet for you.
Heck, I have a service where people, pay me to get their promotion out there and everything. So,
there you go.
And you know what? It's really cheap. I don't charge much at all for that for me to even do it.
Yeah.
So how much?
One guy I know, he is on disability. He's in a wheelchair. He's half paralyzed. I put the website together for him, and I gotta admit, when I first set it up, I thought it was a complete, this would never work. The deal is this: you mail in a check of $5 along with your business card. He will scan your business card and put it in the database. He'll index it, and then it's a business card search engine. You do a search for plumbers, and all the business cards in your area where all the plumbers will show up on the screen. It's awesome. And it's $5 a card. He brings in if 100 people send him cards, it's $500.
Yeah.
It's
a good idea.
Yeah, it is. And he calls it I gotta go look. I think it's a business card exchange or something like that. Or I gotta go see what it is.
Probably a business card directly.
Yeah, but no, but he has a domain. I think it's business card exchange. I'm not sure. I gotta go take a look. But I mean, it's a great idea, and I thought it was this is bogus. But mail in your check. It's got to be a company check. Mail it in along with your business card. He'll cash in U.S. dollars $5. He'll go to the bank. He goes to the bank daily. He goes to the bank daily with a stack of checks. Rolls up to the counter and goes, "Put this in my account."
That's insane, dude. Why not just sit there and go in and say, pay on PayPal $5 and send me a freaking copy of your business card scanned?
Because I'll tell you why. Most people don't understand the dots per inch. They don't get what kind of resolution. Not all scanners scan nicely. They're still editing.
I guarantee you, he would not scan my business card.
Yeah, because what? It's holographic or what?
No, I have one of the extra thick cards, so it's like freaking taking a piece of cardboard and sticking it through instead of a business card.
No, it's not a business card scanner. He uses an actual flatbed scanner.
Okay.
Yeah, because then he can put like 10 of them on and scan it all at once, and then he just chops it up, But what was I gonna say? But the ones he has troubles with are the holographic ones, and you should see the effect of putting a holographic business card in a scanner, because as the light goes by, it's picking up all the variation of the color as it goes through. It's really
actually, the easiest way to solve that is just to put a background on the top of it and then call it a day.
A what?
Just take a piece of paper and put it on the back.
Of the hologram?
Oh, I'm sorry, not the hologram. I thought you were talking about the clear cards. Sorry.
Well, no, there's those too. Yeah, but you have the white sheet on top, so yeah, it solves the problem. But he makes the $5 thing coming in is so that he doesn't have to go, okay, you pay me by PayPal. At first it was, you pay me by PayPal, send me the card. You're supposed to put a code with the card. People would print out the page or just put a business card in, or worse, they would not even send it. Here, I paid you $5, and then he got hit at PayPal for $5. I never got the service, So then he went, okay, screw it. Send me a check for $5 and your business card.
I couldn't actually do that because I don't even have company checks. Even though I have a company, and I have a company bank account,
yeah.
When they asked me, well, where do you want us to send your checkbook? I said, I don't need one. I don't need a checkbook. They said, what do you mean you don't need a checkbook? I said, I run a digital company. Everything's digital. What the hell do I need a checkbook for?
Yeah.
I haven't used a checkbook at all. What the hell do I need one for? I don't need a damn checkbook. Checkbooks are something people used back in the freaking 90s. We're digitally now,
no,
man.
no, no, no. Everybody, all of my clients pay with checks.
I get clients that pay me by check. I just don't pay anybody by check.
Oh.
I get people that pay me in cash.
Yeah.
I get people that pay most of my, but the majority of my clients, 95% of my clients, pay me digitally.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree. I mean, if I could turn his service into a paid service where a person can upload their business card, I would set it up, scan the card, send it in. I probably am going to do it because now I know how to receive an image and we can look at the DPI and all that. And I think that would be really cool to do. And maybe he can go further than just business cards. You can actually go into using flyers or something, which could be a step up from what he's doing.
Be an upgrade. Yeah, you get to charge like $20 for that.
Yeah, or whatever, But the fact of the matter is, someone who tells me, "Oh, I don't have any money," and I'm disability. No, come on, seriously, it doesn't cost that much to get an idea out there and get started. You have to do it.
There are people on disability checks though, and I know this because I've known a lot of people on disability. There are people that literally have $0 in their account at the end of the month.
Oh yeah.
And they really can't afford anything out there, and that's the downside of it.
Oh yeah, no, there are people out there that, like you said, but then there's people like me. I know a lot of programmers that will set up websites for you, taking a deal, I'll set it up, you run the website, I won't charge you a cent, but I get a percentage. There's systems like that in place where, so why don't these people?
Because people don't know those people are willing to do that for them.
There's quite a few programmers. I got one here in town that he always works on a percentage basis because at the end of the month now he's raking in $20,000-$30,000 a month just in percentages, off of all these websites.
I would be happy to take percentage deals, but in order for me to take a percentage deal on a company like that, I have to have full control of the sales process because I don't trust their sales processes usually.
That's the thing because you can't do it. If you do it that way, it's not feasible. You might as well just set up the websites yourself and run your own sites.
Exactly.
But if you know the people that are going to actually do the promotion, the work, you can make a crap load of money at 10%.
I hear people that say that shit all the time, and none of them do the work. 99%.
No. I know that if I set up a website for Michael right now, and I say, Michael, give me 10% of all the sales, and he'll go with it and he'll do it. I know that for a fact. John Brewer would do the same thing.
I would say even, everybody that you meet out there that says, well, I make my money online, 99% of them are in between jobs and not making a damn thing, and they're just saying that because that's the only thing they're doing right now.
Yeah.
There's maybe 1% of them or maybe 1 to 3% of the people out there that are actually making their full-time living doing this.
There's another thing too. I've come across this myself. When I got Mardox restarted up 3 years ago, coming up 3 years in February, 2 years and 3 quarters. I was told by one of the gurus, which I hate using that name, when people ask you questions about your business, it's always, yes, I'm making money, yes, it's going well, we're expanding. Not, oh, well, you see, we're just starting this and we're getting around to that and we might be able to do this soon. It's talk the talk. You have nothing. You might be a limo driver, but sit in the back seat when you got somebody important coming your way. Open that door and say, "Hi, I'm so and so." They don't know that you're the limo driver, right?
Here's what I always explain to people: even if you are getting business, I get plenty of business, but the reason I get plenty of business is because we never stop marketing, even when we're busy.
Yeah.
Because if we're busy, we have to keep marketing, or we won't be busy.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the downside of this business. If you don't continually market all the damn time, you're going to lose money down eventually. You have to keep marketing all the damn time.
Yeah, and I see that with landing pages. Person sets up a landing page, they got an ebook, they wrote the ebook, they put a landing page up, they promote the landing page. Oh, wow, I got 100 people that put in information, my ebook got sent out, and they don't do anything else.
Yeah, like this morning I was at a CPA networking event. This afternoon I was at a lunch event up here for another business networking event. Now I'm on here. I consider this more like a networking event. You have to be networking all the time.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this show, I don't do this because I'm making a crap load of cash out of it. I don't make anything out of this. And we did the math the other day at hourly rate for 1 hour. Everybody who's on here, it's $300, $400 an hour. To do this show every day, Monday through Friday, and I rush home to get here to do this, and this is just so people like Michael and others can see, hey, these people are real people, with real junk behind them, and running a real business. We're showing off the dedication. where we really are talking the talk and walking the walk.
Yeah.
Except for Josh.
Well, I'm not at six figures yet, but I'm getting there.
WordPress.
Even with WordPress, I'm still getting.
That's it.
I'm still very poor.
But I can tell you what I can tell you. Last year, I mean, we do pretty close to 100. So, but I know people that are doing 50,000 a website. So there's a lot of range for me to move up.
Yeah.
I'm not making $1 million. I'm not making 200 either. So.
Well, like I said the other day, my goal when I wake up in the morning is not how do I make my next million. My million's not even in my head. It's what can I put out that's going to help people, and if I make money off it, it's a plus.
Yeah.
My goal
That's
is
how I
very
look
simple.
at it.
My goal is if you can close at least 2 sites a week, you're fine.
Yeah.
My goal is to help people,
It's a
and
six-figure
if,
income right there.
and when I make money, it's a bonus. But I like to make many Nelsons.
So I need 8 sales a month.
Just don't make a half Nelson.
Yeah.
That would be you already.
John Brewer needed to be here to go through that one.
No, yeah, him.
Yeah,
Him and his mask.
Yeah, WWE.
Sorry, not the.
No, no.
I'm sorry.
But not, half Nelson, that would have been what, WWF?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Uncle Mike from over the fence and in the attic. Say hello.
I always say hello.
He said hello before the show even started.
I missed it.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. You were late.
Did I forget a lollipop, Uncle Mike?
Belinda's excuse is, I had clients.
Hey, a lot of us do.
Did you say you had to clap, Nelson?
Yes.
Or was it the trots?
Well, I have to say goodies to you.
Hey, clients take priority, man.
I love my cooties.
Yeah.
I'm with Belinda. Clients take priority.
Cooties take priority?
Because clients pay our bills.
That's right. Oh no, I mean the only person in this whole room that would put anybody off right at last minute and walk away, it would be me because I gotta do the damn show. Hold on a second. No, that's not true. I've answered the phone during the show. Right? Hey, crap, we're past an hour.
Really?
Yes,
Cool.
Yes, we're past an hour. Yes, nice. I like that. Nice. Hey, everybody. So since John's not here and not earning his dues, I guess I'm going to have to do it. Subscribe, like, comment, 3 p.m. Eastern
Blah, blah,
time,
blah.
blah, blah, blah. Join us, blah, blah, blah. Every day, blah, blah, blah. Hasta luego. Good night.
God bless you.
Where's the button?
I don't care.
It's somewhere around here. There it is.